Hi guys, okay, so we're just gonna jump right into it. I am carving out my brows. I already did my brows, so now I'm gonna carve them and clean them up. So that's what I'm doing here. I placed the concealer. I'm using the Tarte Shape Tape, and I just placed it underneath my brow bone, and then I'm dragging it down, and I also put some on my lid to work as an eyeshadow base. And then now I am setting that base. I'm just using a bone colored eyeshadow just to set it, and then going right in, I am buffing, actually transition by the Violet Voss Pro palette. I think that's what it's called, but that's the color that I used. So I'm just buffing that into the crease, working it back and forth, and I'm also taking it outwards towards my temple, following the tail of my brow. So you can see like I'm placing that shadow pretty far out. This is going to be like a dragged out cut crease, so that's what I'm doing. I'm dragging it out. And I didn't speed this up so you guys can really see me buffing it and blending it. So right here I had added them as a lot more color, and now I'm adding in the orange shade. I don't know what it's called, but it's from that Violet Voss Pro palette, and it's the orange one right next to transition, and I'm just bringing up some warmth into that crease. So I'm doing the same exact thing. I'm following my brow shape, taking it out to the temple, really buffing it out and making sure that everything's super blended and getting it ready to cut. This is a clean brush. I'm just going through and blending the harsh edges just to make sure everything's clean. Right here I am going to start cutting the crease. I'm using that first brush that I had used to clean up the brows, but I ended up not liking it. I wanted something smaller, more of a detail brush, so you'll see me switch brushes, and that one worked much better. So if you're going to be doing any like lid work where you have to clean up, I would definitely use a smaller detailing brush. And so here's that small detailing brush, and I'm just cleaning it up, making sure it's super sharp, and then I'm also dragging it out and creating that shape at the end towards my temple. So I'm just taking it down like I would a wing, following the shape of like how I would do a wing, taking it out towards my temple. Right here I'm setting that because I used a concealer. You want to set it right away. You could totally skip this step if you knew what color you were going to place down. At the time that I was doing this tutorial, I didn't know that I was going to place down like a gold shimmery color, so I just set it, step, and go straight in with this gold shade if you wanted to. But this is a gold color from ColourPop. It's the Super Shock Shadow in Kathleen Lights. It's a really pretty, like, rich gold shade, so I'm just placing it down as a cream base just to get some depth in there before I go in with a shimmer eyeshadow. And I'm just taking this gold and following that same shape. Exactly where I placed the concealer, that's where I'm putting this gold. So I'm going to follow it on the lid and then drag it out towards the temple. And don't worry about being messy. This is why we do our foundation afterwards, so that way if you get any fallout or if you take it out too far, you can always clean it up with the wipe. Okay, so I'm just showing you a close-up of how it should look. You'll notice that I had some white gaps between the concealer and the lid color. That's because that's where you're going to place this glitter that I'm about to show you. So that glitter was the J-Cat Golden Pumpkin glitter. It is so pretty. It's a rich orange and I love it. So right now I'm taking the liquid eyeliner by Italia, and this is a glitter eyeliner. So it's in the color silver, but I wouldn't worry about that too much because it's just going to be underneath this gold glitter we're putting on top. So basically I'm using it like an eyeliner, and the same way that I would do a winged eyeliner is how I'm doing this. So I'm just lining a little bit, placing the glitter on top, lining a little bit, placing the glitter on top. And this is like the easiest way to me to apply glitter as opposed to like using a glitter glue. I just feel like this is way faster, but so basically I'm following the shape of a winged eyeliner. So I'm just lining straight across, and then I'm going to take it up, and then I'll go on top and do the cut crease. Okay, so moving on to the crease, I am starting towards the inner corner, but not in the inner corner. So towards it, and I'm just following that little blank space that I left. So I'm just going up with the cut crease, and then I'm going to take it down and out towards the tail. And doing the exact same thing I did on the bottom, I'm lining a little bit, putting glitter on it. Lining a little bit, putting glitter on it. And doing this technique is really easy for me because it allows me to work with the glitter eyeliner before it dries. So I get that nice even flow with the glitter. Taking the fluffy blending brush that we started with, and I'm going to dust off all of the glitter that's on the top of the cut crease that we did. Glitter is really messy, but working with that glitter liner, it allows you to be able to dust off all the fallout, and the glitter sticks to exactly where you place that glitter liner, so that's awesome. So I'm dusting everything off. You can see it made a cleaner shape, and you can actually see where I had put the glitter. So I actually really loved this look, you guys. I didn't know how I was going to like it because I don't really have an idea before I sit down. I just kind of like, I have like a little bit of an idea and some products that I want to work with, and then I just like go for it. So I wasn't sure how this was going to look because I'm used to working, like when I do a full glam look, I'm used to having a black eyeliner, so it was just kind of weird for me and different, but I really ended up really liking it. So, but now I'm going in with a makeup wipe and I'm just cleaning up the edges, cleaning off all the glitter, making it look super sharp. So now I've already done the other eye. I'm going in with the Glow Primer Oil by City Color. It's one of my favorites. I've been super dry lately, so I'm just really trying to get the glow on. And I'm using the Makeup Box foundation. So it is a matte foundation, so I'm just trying to bring as much hydration to the skin before I work with that foundation. I feel like my skin's been playing really big tricks on me lately, so I'm just trying to find the right combo, and this was the first time that I've used a Makeup Box foundation by itself in a really long time, and I like fell in love all over again. So my skin, like I said, has been playing me. It's been like super oily, then super dry, then looking cakey, then it's just been a mess. And so when I tried out this combo of using the Glow Primer Oil with just the foundation instead of adding a dewy foundation, it really made my skin look really good. So definitely going to be using this combo for a while, just the Glow Oil with the Makeup Box foundation. So, and it's probably going to be a little bit dark because this is the 109, and normally I mix the 109 with a lighter shade, so we'll see how that goes. But I'm telling you now, it's probably going to be dark. I just like to paint it all on, and then I'm going to go in with a foundation brush. I don't normally like to use a foundation brush. Normally I use a sponge, but again, I want the fullest amount of coverage. So I'm going to just really pack it in with a brush in like stippling motions to get the fullest amount of coverage that I can get. Even on camera though, I look so light, and I'm really not this light. I think it's a lighting that I have. And so now that it's just like stippled, it's basically sitting on top of my skin right now, so I'm going to go in with another layer before I finish it off with the Beauty Blender. So now I'm just adding another layer of foundation. I definitely didn't need it because this foundation is already full coverage, but just to be a little bit extra, I really wanted to get this like the maxed out full glam that I could. So adding that extra layer is what's going to do it. Really make it melt between my skin and the foundation and the primer. So and I'm just going to go over everything basically. Like I said, it's going to really help it melt into the skin. So I'm going to use the Tarte Shape Tape in Light Medium Honey. And I'm just going to be very generous with this product. I love my concealer, but I'm also using it to highlight, so I'm using the Airspun, and I'm using the translucent extra coverage. I'm not going to cream contour today, but if you're comfortable with cream contouring, I totally would, just to be extra, but I'm not going to, because I'm actually not going anywhere after this. So I'm going to take some powder. This is the LA Girl Pro, and I'm just going to buff it into my skin. This is going to help set the foundation. So we set our concealer. Now we want to go ahead and set our foundation. I'm also focusing on stippling right where I'm going to contour, simply because when I contour, it can shift your foundation if you haven't set it right. So if it's still wet and you go right in and contour, it's going to leave you with like patches or like a gap in your contour. So you want to make sure that you set that right away, so that way when you go in and start blending, it doesn't shift or move the foundation. So I'm just again going over that contour area, and then I'm going to go ahead and warm up the face. So to warm up the face, I'm going to be using the LA Girl in Soft Honey and a Morphe M527. I'm going basically in like a 3, so I like to hit like boom. And this is just bronzing, so I'm not chiseling yet, but I am going to do that right now. So I'm going to go in with the Mirabella Pure Press Foundation. And this is a few shades darker than my skin tone. If you can see with it compared to my hand, very, very dark, but it's okay. I'm going to go in with the Morphe Y14. This is a really good highlighting brush, but I've been using it lately to like chisel, and I love it. So I'm going to go in and just basically top of the ear towards your lip, but you want to stop at the corner of your eye. And I'm just going in soft strokes just to really carve it out. And you can see, I'm going to blend that, but you can see how where I'm taking it. Just like that. And we're going to go around the forehead. And that's pretty much it for that. I'm going to go back in with this brush just to blend it upwards, because I don't like it to be so harsh from underneath. So I'm going to go back in with this, and I'm just going to alternate between the two, kind of gradually taking it upwards. I'm going to take one of the edges of my sponge and just trying to get it as sharp. And I'm going to take it kind of upwards. I don't normally, but I'm going to be extra today. It will like raise your cheekbones, so I don't normally like to do that, but again, I'm trying to be extra, so I'm doing it. I'm going to dust off my bake from my chin and my nose and my forehead. So I'm going to go in and dust off my under eye. Right on that apple. If you want to smile and you see where it pops out, that's where you want to hit, and then I'm going to blend it back into the contour. And it just makes them meet perfectly. I'm going to take, this is the ColourPop Super Shock Cheek in Wisp. So I'm just going to take that and apply it to the tops of my cheeks. I like to apply a cream base first, just so my highlight has something to stick to. And I'm going to go ahead and hit the top of my nose, bridge of my nose, and Cupid's bow. Nicole Guerrero Anastasia Beverly Hills Glow Kit. It's like my favorite. So I'm going to pick up, and if you ever want to make your highlight pop, spray it with some Fix Plus, which is what I'm going to do right now.
I'm gonna take, I don't know what brush this is, it's rubbed off, but it's a holiday collection brush from so long ago from MAC. But I'm just taking it, it's a stippling brush, and taking my foundation powder, and I'm just going over everything just to make everything meet and make sure that everything is perfect and blended. And then I'm going to go ahead and spray my whole face with Fix Plus just to ensure that everything melts perfectly into my skin and looks like my skin.
Okay, so now I'm going in underneath with a dark brown eyeshadow, and I'm just lining my lower lash line basically from the inner corner to the outer. And then I'm going to go in with a smaller blending brush, and I'm going to pick up that same orange shade that we put in our crease and just buff that out underneath to really blend out that brown shadow. And then here I'm going to highlight my inner tear duct.
I'm going to go in with the Cocoa Lashes in 9 to 5. So pretty. So I let my glue dry for a little.
For the lip liner, I am using the NYX lip liner in Nutmeg. And then I am using for the lip color the Clean Color Matte Liquid Matte Gloss. But I don't know the name of that one, so I'll put it down below for you guys so you guys can check that out. But it's a really pretty, like, burnt red color, and I love it. It looks so pretty with this orange. Perfect for Thanksgiving, so. And that is it. I am so sorry that I didn't film an intro or an outro for you guys. I did film it, but my camera died, and I didn't know that it wasn't recording it until like afterwards. When I went to go take pictures, I couldn't take pictures with my camera because it had died, and I didn't know that I didn't film it. So otherwise I would have filmed it on my phone for you guys. So I'm so sorry about that, but I hope you enjoyed this look. Happy Thanksgiving, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.